Can you hear me now? Distinguished visitors, guests, families, soldiers, I had a chance to express my feelings back at Camp Landing in February, so I don't have to make this too long. And what I basically did, for those of you that weren't there, is express to our team how much the Army Reserve has been a part of my life and how much the soldiers have been a part of my life. But right now, for that to end, it has a lot of mixed feelings. Yeah, I have some weekends free, but I really do miss being part of this team. It's been pretty important to me and my family. The other thing I wanted to mention was that along with all this service and duty on our country, the most important thing that enables a soldier to do this is to have a family that supports you. And that family that I've got with my wife and 2 daughters here are the ones that have kept me not only in the game, but helped support me in this whole endeavor. And so as I leave this field and move on to other things, I know they'll be there too, but I want to express my eternal gratitude to San, Sharita, and Alicia for how they've enabled me to continue this. And that's, thank you all for attending the ceremony.
Lieutenant Colonel Drag.
Ditto, except for the family part. I got a different, no, I'm just kidding. Different family. 28 years, I can't take enough time, and we've been out here for a long time, but it's bittersweet. It's the joy, the time, it's friendships that last forever. I want to thank my family, my mom and dad, my 3 boys, my wife Emily, my father-in-law who's here, my mother-in-law couldn't make it today, but my extended family, the family that I have here, which are the soldiers, some of who I served with in Iraq, General Reed, who I've followed for many, many years when I started in Fort Lauderdale with 7th and 9th Field Artillery. I've learned tons, I've enjoyed the time, I'm looking forward to the weekends though, and I know my wife's already got a honey-do list that would choke a horse, so I am now available for some of that, but I've enjoyed it. I've gone to some interesting places, met lots of good people, and I've learned lots of things, and I want to thank everybody here, everybody that was in my life at one time, in my military life at one time or another. I want to thank everybody that came today. Thank
you. Branch Sergeant Major Patel.
Up there, right?
Please, Sergeant Major.
There's an acronym, KISS, keep it short, silly. That's what I plan to do. I want to thank my Heavenly Father for allowing me to be blessed to be able to serve in the Army. 25 years, it came and went. It's like a flash to bang grenade. It's been a lot of fun. It's time to move on. I thank my family. Got some of the family that wasn't able to make it, but that's okay. But I have a lot of my family here. My mom, my youngest sister. I have Happy and Garrett. They're part of the family too. Chris and Ben, they're part of the posse too. So I appreciate your all's time. And thank you for your energy and your efforts, and thank you for being here and making this a beautiful, memorable, outstanding ceremony. Thank you all so very much.
Branch Chief Colonel Mark Jamel.
I told those guys to be short because I was going to be long. I'm not as smart as those guys. I got to write stuff down. So I promise it'll be short. Major General Reed, Rear Admiral Bordy, Colonel Kerr, family members, friends, fellow soldiers, and soldiers of 1st Branch, thank you and good afternoon. I am humbled by your presence and delighted that you could share this special day with all of us. To my fellow retirees, congratulations. It has been truly an honor and a privilege to serve alongside you. Lieutenant Colonel Medrano, Lieutenant Colonel Drag, Sergeant Major Patel, you have served our country with the utmost respect and dignity, and now it's time we step aside and let those that we have trained and mentored take our place. I would like to thank God for the blessings, for blessing me with the opportunity to wear this uniform. To my family members, which could not be here today, thank you for your sacrifice. To my dad and my mom, who we lost 2 years ago, but I know she's looking down on me proudly, thank you for your love and encouragement. To my young brother, Major Jamel, I now pass the torch to you to continue the family legacy. I'd like to thank the family members gathered today for your sacrifice, enduring long separations, and for putting up with all that you do. We are indebted to you. We could not do what we do without your love, support, and understanding. To all the soldiers I have served with, both past and present, I want to thank you and your dedicated service, commitment, and faithfulness not only to the nation, the Army, and the units that we've served together in, but also to me. I would not be here today if it were not for each and every one of you. Words cannot express my gratitude, but know that I am thankful, and I thank God for each and every one of you. To the soldiers of First Branch, past and present, this is a bittersweet moment for me. I have grown fond of each and every one of you. You all have a special place in my heart. Of my 34 years in the Army, these past 4 years have been the most fun and rewarding. For those of you who were here during our first year, you remember how we took a concept scratched on a piece of paper and made it a reality. From the time Master Sergeant Manaloni briefed Major General Regua on a folding chair in an empty office, till now our accomplishments have been many, to include the lead branch on 5 separate missions, 3 battalion size, including the 1192nd and the 1188th Deployment Distribution Support Battalion in support of Surface Deployment Distribution Command, and 3rd of the 124th Cavalry Regiment, along with 2 brigade-size units, the 208 Regional Support Group and the 1189th Terminal Transportation Brigade and its 5 Distribution Deployment Surface Battalions. The branch also conducted 2 drop-in missions, including a Mission Command Seminar for the 841st Engineer Battalion prior to their deployment to Afghanistan, and a Mission Command Seminar for the 1st of the 200th Infantry Battalion prior to their deployment to the Sinai. Because of our successes, First Branch was selected once again as the lead branch of Earnest Leader 12, a theater security cooperation mission with the Royal Saudi Land Forces, Saudi Arabia. The branch supported a division-level command post exercise with 4 combat brigades and 5 support brigades. The exercise fully met the commander's training objective for the Royal Saudi Land Forces Commander, CENTCOM, and RSET. The branch also supported 2 missions in Korea, including Ulchi Freedom Guardian 12 and Key Resolve 13, both a joint combined exercise between the U.S. forces and the Republic of Korea forces. I turn to my successor, to Lieutenant Colonel Promotable Kelly. As I turn the branch over to you, I ask one thing of you. Continue to take care of our nation's most precious treasures. They deserve your full commitment and leadership. A soldier will ask nothing more than your very best. Relax, it's almost over. Upon retirement, every soldier is asked by their fellow soldiers, what will you miss most? And I too have asked this question, and after much thought, I can truly say the one thing I will miss most is our TDY trips together. You know it's coming. It's amazing to me what you get when you take a group of soldiers out of their home and work environment, put them on AT orders, mix in a little per diem and a little mischief. So much that I have compiled a top 13 list of TDY rules, which I'd like to share with all of you. TDY rule number 13. Travel's essential, according to Major West. While on TDY, always pack a tax-exempt form, a light coat of body oil, a little cowboy hat, a Crown Royal bag, and an LOD in that order. TDY rule number 12. Don't get caught outside Lieutenant Colonel's drag circle of trust. TDY rule number 11. If you're Lieutenant Colonel Brown's battle buddy, make sure you can hurdle a 6-foot fence in a single bound while intoxicated. TDY rule number 10. Make sure you fly into the airport where the rental car is being reserved. Just ask Colonel Stevor what happens when you don't. TDY rule number 9. Always plan your next meal during your current meal. TDY rule number 8. Never help a dude who falls out of his wheelchair onto the street and then ask you for money, or worse yet, pesos. TDY rule number 7. If you're driving Colonel Jamel, make sure you rent a black SUV. Right, Master Sergeant Maloney? Not a soccer mom van, right, Colonel Ramos? TDY rule number 6. If your neck needs shaving, Colonel Brown's your man. He's in room 708. TDY rule number 5. Double occupancy on your orders doesn't mean single bed in your hotel room. Just ask Colonel Ramos. TDY rule number 4. Mandatory dinners are mandatory. Right, First Sergeant Garza?
Oh, yes, sir.
TDY rule number 3. This is for the families. What happens on TDY stays on TDY. Just ask Major West and Major Teskey, who celebrated their first wedding anniversary February 23rd at the Columbiana restaurant in St. Augustine, Florida. TDY rule number 2. DTS does not stand for Defense Travel System. It stands for Don't Travel with Stevor. And the number 1 TDY rule is never whistle while you pack. In closing, I want to thank you all for the memories. They will last a lifetime. I wish you all the best of luck in your lives and with your careers. I challenge you to continue to strive for excellence, do your best, and by all means have fun while doing it. May God bless you and keep you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, Soldiers, ladies and gentlemen, soldiers, this concludes today's ceremony. Please join us for a reception located at the South Florida Water Management District Outdoor Pavilion. Directions are annotated within today's ceremonial pamphlet, and the soldiers will be posted at the entrance to guide participants to the exact location. Please stop by and congratulate them on your way to the reception. Thank you for attending.
Do you get like a shot flag and stuff? Yeah.
Oh, it's supposed to be something.
Ladies and gentlemen, please follow in and congratulate the retirees.